Wow. Now I know what people mean by being scared yet oddly horny. Hey guys, it's your homegirl CBC coming at you with the review of the 8th episode of the 4th season of Young Justice Phantom. Sorry if I'm getting to this a little slowly. I just finally understood what people meant by seasonal depression, and yeah, it's really kicking my ass. I don't want to do these reviews, but I want to do them. Like, I really want to do them, but at the same time, I don't fucking want to do them. It's a weird state of mind. But anyway, we are at the final episode of the Artemis arc. And where we left off with them being in a very precocious situation. I personally did not think they were gonna make it. And Batgirl basically says, you know what, stall them. And I'm like, fuck monologue. It is the death of all villains. So they start monologuing and they use that enough time so Orphan can work out her chains and, you know, blind the villains, which I think there's only like one light bulb working here. What the hell is going on? So through the villains monologue, yeah, we find out Cassandra, the betrayer, was the mole, and they were using Onyx. They knew that like Onyx wasn't committed, and they were using her to further confuse the villains, the heroes, sorry, because nobody would ever believe Cassandra would turn, except like they're just telling me I'm an idiot for having faith, for having hope. Even Spoiler said it, that your lineage does not define you, but Cassandra basically said, yeah, everything is true, but my dad saved me from a simplistic life. He gave my sister a mercy killing, and is like, yeah, you are deep in there. There was kind of the message of you cannot change from how you're brought up or your upbringing or stuff, which kind of feeds into Cheshire's whole she feels like she will eventually become her dad, but Artemis basically says, I am proof that blood does not define you. But then again, Cassandra is also proof that blood kind of defines you. I think Cassandra was the only Vandal Savage kid from her mom that she had step siblings, I think, and they were all fine. But regardless, Cassandra is all levels of fucked up. And the B plot, I think, of this episode is the Kent family kind of like coming to terms with like Connor's death. I feel sad even talking about it because Superman, I wanted to reach through this camera and bitch slap him. And because I'm like, bruh, this is not how you explain the concept of death to a child, to an infant. Bro. But then back to the more interesting things of this episode. That fight in the dark. My goodness, the fights this season, the choreography, the animation, everything is just mwah, top tier. I love it so much. My favorite scene is when Onyx just goes batshit on Cassandra. She's like, you used me. You should be glad we found any use for you. She just gave her several different flavors of fuck you, because Cassandra really thought, oh, I have the higher advantage, upper ground, whatever. I have the high ground in the fight. But Onyx is like, don't fucking underestimate me, bitch. And we love to see it. But then the fight gets real when what's her name? Lady Shiva. There's so many names in this. I'm sorry. I'm surprised I can keep names straight through all the cartoons I watch. Lady Shiva kills two of her own, and I'm like, why would you kill them? I don't know. Maybe while she's coming through the portal, she thinks they're the enemy, or she's just like, just get out of my fucking way. Like, bro, you need to chill. And the shadow guy just saying, I tender my resignation, because he owed Catra, I don't fucking know, Cheshire a solid. And he knew he got on her bad side. So he's like, you know what? A solid's a solid. So even the villains have, I don't know, morale to some degree. But then why are you villains? Anyway, the fight gets real when Artemis gets stabbed in thine leg by Lady Shiva. When that happened, I was like, oh, this is a real fight.
Artemis!
I'm surprised how they can see it in the dark. Oh yeah, they have like night vision stuff. Yeah. Somebody even pointed out how good Lady Shiva was, because as she was fighting her daughter, Artemis, I don't know if it was Artemis or Batgirl shot at her. Like, they're just good. These assassins are good. Let's just say that. So Artemis is bleeding out, and Lady Shiva kind of like taunts her daughter into coming back and fighting her. And then we have the, I won't say the cringiest,
Shiva. And with
but the one.
me, your friend Barbara Gordon will be dead before you return to Gotham. Orphan, no! Let her finish it, sis. It's better for all of us, believe me. No! We don't turn kids into killers!
And somebody pointed out from the show named Young Justice, and I was like, oh, fair point, good sir. But Orphan was barely holding her own against her mom before, but she just saw red this time, and she's just like going after her mother. I just stabbed her. I'm like, fuck. Well, we turned the kid into a killer, but apparently she lives, which, boo. So there's a whole Barbara thing of telling her, you're better than this. You're no longer what she's tried to make you out to be. Man, her daughter went savage. Oh my god. I know I'm breezing just hyper speed through this review because I don't want the depression to set back in. But there was this conversation of if she killed her mother, she would have proved her mother right. And I'm of the mindset of, yeah, killing her mother doesn't really do anything. But I like reading conversations, I understood that so long as Orphan took her mother's life, she did kill and she fulfilled the purpose that her mother wanted her to fulfill, and she would never rinse her hands clean of that life she's taken. However, I'm of the belief of fuck you. So long as you're not walking, it's a net good for the earth. But when upon watching back, you see that the mom is smiling. She was willing to die to prove a point, to make sure her daughter doesn't become a hero. Is it that she just doesn't want her daughter to become a hero, or she wants her daughter to be what she set out to make her daughter? And a lot of people really don't like this portrayal of Orphan, saying the mother would never do that they don't like Orphan being mute. And I think people forget that different adaptations of media can interpret things differently. Just because she severed her vocal cords, we have magic. They can magicify it back. Chill. So many complaints for this show just has me feeling icky, and it's like I don't think people understand. I don't, because on one hand, there we have the people saying, where's Calder, where's Dick, where's all the males, that this season is very female centric. And I think that was 2 episodes ago somebody said that, and I was like, oh, holy shit, they're right. But then again, I fucking didn't notice that. I was just enjoying the story. So then again, the question is, if it was male centric, would those people who are obviously men be complaining? And because I'm a woman, I did not even notice that this was heavily leaning towards one gender. But even at the start of the Artemis arc, there were males. Even start of the Megan's arc, there's males. I think their qualms is that the main person has been Megan, and now Artemis, and the next arc is Zatanna. And I will touch more on this in Zatanna's arc because there's more things there that in representation wise appeal to me. But I feel like this season a lot of people are falling off of it because the target demographic is not who it used to be, and I'm more of the target demographic of like a non-white, non-Christian, non-male person. So a lot of things, I can see this show trying its best to reach out to people like me, and I really appreciate that. But then I see people online saying this season is trash, this season is not it, and I'm like, oh my god, is it bad? But it's not bad. I'm really enjoying what I see so far. So does that mean just there's no way to put representation? Because yes, I can admit that some things are kind of ham-fisted, that some things are kind of grandstandy, but I love the effort that's being made. It doesn't seem patronizing. So to then have people say it sucks because of the things that I like, I don't know how to feel about that. Even at the end where we have Onyx going all preachy, saying, oh yes, I had somebody who loved me, but I went to the dark side. Yeah, it was kind of preachy, but I loved it. I like it. I don't have to justify why I like it, but at the same time, I shouldn't expect the people who don't like it to have to justify it. But it doesn't make sense. Huh. What a conundrum. Let me know what you think so far. Some of you who watched my reviews don't like what you see, some of you like what you see, some of you don't like it but still want to watch it. I am very intrigued to know what you think, where you stand, and how you feel about this season. Do you feel like this season is alienating you? Do you feel like it's including you? Do you feel that it's changing, is not what you expected? Do you feel like there's too many females, too many different races of people? What do you think is basically my question. Okay, back to the review. They escape from Lady Crazy, and basically it's like, okay, shut up, Shun. And Artemis throughout this entire arc has been thinking of how she can bring her sister back to the light, and her sister wanted to bring her to the darkness. And we have a little side thing with Lois talking to Superman, and he's crying. So many people really like the fact that Superman revealed a moment of vulnerability, because they said people don't understand what makes Superman great. They like to play him up as invulnerable and just this different worldly being, where people said the thing that makes Superman great is his humanity. And I've never been a diehard Superman fan, have never consumed his media on Batman I've consumed more Batman media because of recent DC movies. I like Supergirl, that's my only reason why I care about Superman, but because again, he's not a character, he was a thing, an ideal. But in this case, they humanized him, and they showed the thing that people like about Superman is it's an alien that's more human than some humans. It's this godlike alien who's virtually indestructible and has all the powers, but has humanity. And here, seeing him cry, and we love this show. This show is not afraid to show men cry, and we like that. But people don't. Oh my God, what do people want from this show? Me, it's hitting all the check marks for me in terms of great show. So they have just a little conversation how Superman was so against Connor. Season 1, he did not vibe with Connor because Superman had this moral of good and evil, and he saw Connor in the evil category because he was made from evil means, so Connor therefore has to be evil. And it brought up this great discussion of Superman can't see things in gray, but I guess now he does, or he's learning to accept things made from evil intentions if they choose to be good. But he feels like he wasted all that time with him, that he should have gotten there on time. And Lois just goes dark, saying if you had gotten there on time, you'd be dead too. I would be widowed. I would live your son without a father. I'm being kind of selfish. And I'm like, yo, did they just let Lois say that? That is seriously messed up, more than they think. And I guess people appreciate that because Lois is just very blunt. But she's like, you'll be okay. It's all gonna be okay. Blah, 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 blah. You had time with him. The memories. Anyway, Cheshire freaks out and runs away because Artemis was trying to connect her to her daughter, and her daughter brought up some things of wanting to grow up to be her mom, just like she made a mommy mask, and Cheshire just freaked out thinking her daughter would turn out like her, and that's Cheshire's biggest fear. She doesn't want her offspring, I feel even in a sense, she doesn't want to corrupt Artemis, because she came here, but she left, even though her mission was to recruit her sister. She knows she's far gone, but she wants to save the people closest to her. And now her daughter is the last straw. She'd rather die than let her daughter turn out like her. And Sensei is just over this bullshit. They've ruined this thing for him 2 times in a row now. And Red Hood, we see you. Oh, the whole fandom. I feel sorry for Red Hood fans. Even me, a former Red Hood fan, but has graduated to a Nightwing fan. But I still appreciate Red Hood. I grew up. I'm sorry, I'm no longer in that my edgy phase. I want a man now, but they're both men. Oh my God, I need to stop simping. They come here and they basically said, yeah, we were tasked to raise fanatics. We were more of a cult. This wasn't a family, but now we are a family. And it's like, wait, what? Even I'm on Artemis said, like, this is stupid. But they're like, no, they're into rehabilitation now. We can be a true family. I'm like, bro. Did they just dump Onyx? They just wrote Onyx out of the show. I appreciate just blatantly just showing me, yeah, she's not going to be around for a while because she's somewhere else. But at the same time, it's better than just saying, hey, where's Onyx? Oh, we don't know. She's just not here. No, she's on Ember Island. Fuck, what's the name of this bloody place? No, this isn't Santa Prisca. This is... It's Ember Island, whatever. Then Ra's al Ghul shows up, putting everybody in their place. And he says that line, Ra's al Ghul is many things, but a liar he's not. I'm like, was that Wally? I cannot remember who said that fucking line. Who said it? Was it Batman? I know it's somebody important, but anyway, they dumped the two charity cases on them. The Kent family is happy and kind of moving on, which is just sad. It's so depressing to see a family try and move on when a loved one dies because they're trying to be happy. But if I die, I don't want my family to be happy. I want you to be miserable. I'm dead. What are you being happy about? Yes, and then they're like, "Oh, the dead would want you to live." Like, no, you know, I fucking wouldn't. I'm dead. I want you to be miserable until you fucking join me as well. Am I the only one that thinks that way? Like, yes, live your life, but don't be happy after I'm dead. Oh my god. I think it's the depression speaking. Don't mind me. Anyway, we have God, why do I even call them and I can't remember their names? Talia. I have to go Ghul and then I just have to work backwards. I'm even surprised I remember her name. I just learned it like when this season started. So Talia is with Damien and is wait a minute. They showed John before they showed Damien. Are they the same age though? She's holding him in his hand, so I would assume he's like 2 or 1.5. So I think John is older than Damien. But then we're gonna have to wait like at least another 5 or 10 years. So the main cast will have to be in their 30s before we see these kids become anything. There's this whole loving, embracing things of, I think it's like family is formed in different ways. We see Barbara hug an orphan. We see whatever the fuck this dynamic is. Apparently some fans speculated that because Red Hood is here, that they're also rehabilitating him, trying to make him let go of his anger towards Batman and probably Joker. But you know what? If you get murdered, I think that anger is justified. Hey, Red Hood and Barbara have something in common now. Oh wait, no, this iteration Barbara didn't get paralyzed by Joker, but I think they're just gonna put it on Joker that it was his attack that led to it. But this is cute. Makes no goddamn fucking sense, but it's cute. So yeah, family in different ways, different like the traditional nuclear family, extended family, whatever, found family, which is honestly precious. This whatever this is, and this too. My god. But Santa Prisca, why would they tell me where this place is? Something Island? They won't tell me where the fuck this place is. Fuck. Let me know. Santa Prisca. Oh yeah, somebody missing her daughter. Fanatic. You know what? That shape though. Moving on. She is fucking sexy. She can get it. Moving on. Another family, just different type of family dynamics where maybe the father is missing. There's no parents. You found each other. There's no mother. Or as I call with the Vandal Savage one, psychopathy incarnate. But yeah, Artemis arc is over. And it's kind of, I don't know the message here. Basically, accept what has happened and never give up on family, or try to change what can be changed, or never give up on family if they have potential of change, because again, the Savages are proof that there's just no fucking hope for people. Like imagine if Cassandra Savage's step siblings were like, oh no, we're gonna try and bring Cassandra to the good side, you see, but then Cassandra never had a connection with them. But was this picture always here? I like that they're just like, okay, accept who needs to be accepted. That's cute. I like the message that is being sent here. I still don't know how in a household where you have a white male and an Asian female, one child is fully Asian and the other child is fully white. Unless you tell me Artemis is half Asian then, because her mom she is half Asian, but you don't see that on her. Maybe that's why maybe her skin is kind of tan. You know what? I'm just rambling. Need to get on to the review of the next episode before episode 10 comes out. I was going to kind of slow down because I want to be honest with you, I wasn't looking forward to the Satana arc. But after watching the first episode, it was kind of interesting. But yeah, you'll hear all of that in the review, which will be up either a few hours after this video or the next day. Fuck, I forgot to say it at the start of the video again, but can you guys please give the video a like? It really helps. Even though the videos are not doing too well, I think I have like a near cult-like following of people who are religiously looking forward to these reviews, and I appreciate each and every one of you. But yeah, thanks for so much for clicking to watch. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. But with that being said, oh god, the depression is setting in. This is TVC. Mwah. Signing out.